Back here now at 9:21 on Live Impact News. This morning, we're learning about a new report that shows the number of vehicles under park outside recalls, it's the most serious kind, has jumped nearly 50% in a week. North Carolina, more than 123,000 vehicles are affected, ranking us 8th in the country. And so joining us this morning from CARFAX is M. Wen, breaking down what we in the Charlotte area need to know. And thanks for joining us this morning.
Hey, happy to be here, Jane.
So for folks who've not heard about the term, what exactly is park outside recall mean?
So park outside recall is one of the most serious types of vehicle safety recalls. It essentially means that a vehicle could catch fire even when it's turned off and unattended. So that's why manufacturers and other groups like NHTSA as well as CARFAX is recommending that people, hey, you got to find out whether or not your vehicle has a park outside recall. And therefore, at that point, those vehicles should be parked outside, away from a garage, away from a home, because you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, wow. All right. So this spike comes after Stellantis named more than 1 million Jeep Wranglers affected, as well as Gladiators over a fire risk. What happened there?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we did reach out to Stellantis to kind of figure out what was happening. And 1 million is a lot of vehicles, especially for such a serious recall. And this is primarily affecting those model years of 2021 to 2025 Jeep Wranglers, SUVs, and Gladiator pickup trucks. And essentially, they tell us that they believe those specific vehicles may have an electrical connection issue. And this is specifically with the electric hydraulic power steering pump wiring. And a lot of that to say, essentially, you have to check whether or not your vehicle has one of these recalls so you get it fixed as soon as possible.
All right. So our state here, North Carolina, 123,000 vehicles. Why are we so high?
Yeah, I mean, there could be a number of reasons for this, but essentially these types of vehicles are in the North Carolina area, and especially for Charlotte specifically, we're seeing about 68 to 69,000 vehicles that have a park outside vehicle. And so you want to make sure whether or not those vehicles are your own. Now, here's the thing. This is extremely rare when it is going to be a vehicle that could catch fire. There has to be a kind of a mix of a special number of things and factors that are going on for that to actually happen. But you never want that to be yourself, because it's not just a risk to the vehicle, it's a risk to the garage or a house or a structure or building. And that could be also life-threatening as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. So if someone drives specifically Jeep Wrangler, Gladiator, tell us the models again and how can people check out if they are affected?
Model years 2021 to 2025. But remember, park outside recalls isn't just specifically for these vehicles. There are millions of other vehicles out there as well. This just tops it and makes the total nationwide to about 3.2 million vehicles nationwide. So there are a number of other types of park outside recalls, and there are really easy ways and free ways to check whether or not your vehicle has a recall. You can go to carfax.com/recall. You can input your VIN number, and for free, you can check within just a few seconds whether or not your vehicle has a recall. And this is a recall for anything really, but this specific one is important because it's happening right now. It's very urgent. And then once you find out whether or not your vehicle has a recall, you want to get it fixed as soon as possible. You can reach out to your nearest dealership, for instance. Also look out for any manufacturing notes that maybe you have gotten in the mail, and really follow those instructions to a T and immediately, because it could be the difference between life and death.
Yeah, I mean, and good to point out, other cars are involved here, so over 3 million then. And then are recall repairs usually free?
They are always free. So as soon as you know whether or not your vehicle has a recall, you can check whether or not they have the parts that the specific dealerships that are in your area. If they have the parts ready to go, then you can go to those places and get it fixed for free. I know someone who just got some sort of recall fixed just past weekend. They called in about Thursday or Friday to make sure the parts were there, and they got it fixed within Saturday or Sunday. So you just want to make sure the parts are there. If not, you can call other dealerships to make sure they have it, or you can make an appointment days ahead and get it fixed as soon as possible.
All right, good turnaround there. And then really besides this one recall, why is it important then that folks check out their CARFAX or their records to see if there are any open recalls and try to do that regularly?
There are several ways you can do this, right? Important number one is that you check whether or not there's a recall, but they can only work when you're fixing those recalls if the driver takes action. There are several different types of recalls, right? There are Takata recalls, there are airbag recalls, brake recalls, and you won't know unless you check. And once you check, you have to get them fixed. And so you want to make sure that these types of manufacturing issues are fixed right away. You can go to carfax.com/recall, like we mentioned. There's also the Carfax Car Care app, and it's another free app to just keep you updated with timely reminders. Hey, you got a recall on this vehicle. Hey, you got to get an oil change. So getting maintenance right now is really important, especially going into those summer months, Jane, because you know you're going to be going on the road, you're going to do those summer road trips, and you don't want to be left stranded on the side of the road with your family.
Yeah, I do get my occasional Carfax reminder that I am due for an oil change. So good point. And anything else we need to know this morning?
No, I think it's just really important that people know that these recalls are out there, especially in the Charlotte and the North Carolina area, because you are not only protecting yourself, you're protecting the people in your vehicle as well as the others on the road as well.
All right, very good. And when from Carfax, important conversation there about recalls. Check yours, carfax.com/recalls. Thanks, Em. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Jane.
And we'll be right back on Live Impact News.